Recently, a colleague told me, "I don't think I can be a leader. I don't have a team to manage." That statement stayed with me because it reflects a common misconception. Leaders isn't about your job title. Some of the most impactful professionals I've worked with in L&D never held a formal leadership role. Yet, their presence, initiative, and ability to influence others made them leaders in every sense of the word. In this video, I want to share 9 leadership behaviors that anyone working in learning and development can begin developing, regardless of their position. These are practical, evidence-based habits that help you contribute more effectively and become a stronger influence in your organization. Leadership in our field isn't about authority, it's about impact. McKinsey puts it well. Some people in formal leadership roles aren't effective leaders, while others without any official authority lead through their actions. Leadership, especially in L&D, is something you demonstrate, not something that comes with a title. I remember a colleague named Anna. She wasn't a manager, but she consistently helped others solve problems, guided decision-making, and improved how we worked as a team. People naturally turned to her, not because they had to, but because they trusted her judgment. That's what leadership looks like in practice. And it's something anyone can cultivate. Early in my career, I was the only instructional designer in a fast-moving marketing department. I didn't manage anyone, but I quickly realized I could lead through initiative and collaboration. When I saw gaps in training, I proposed solutions. When processes weren't working, I suggested improvements. Over time, colleagues started to rely on me as a learning partner, even though I had no formal authority. This aligns with a 2024 study from Danish healthcare teams, which found that when leadership responsibilities are distributed across team members, not centralized, performance improves significantly. When people at every level take ownership, teams become more agile and effective. There is also a persistent belief that leadership is an innate trait. You either have it or you don't. But research tells a different story. A comprehensive study from the University of Illinois, analyzing data from over 300,000 people, found that leadership is approximately 30% genetic and 70% developed through experience and deliberate practice. That means most leadership ability comes from learning, reflection, and consistent effort. So, what does leadership in L&D actually look like? Based on my experience and research from organizations like ATD and the Learning Guild, here are 9 leadership behaviors that consistently create value, regardless of your role. Number 1. Integrity. Doing what's right even when it's difficult. A client once requested a short training to fix a complex performance issue. It would have been easy to deliver what they asked for, but it wouldn't have solved the problem. Choosing to recommend a more effective approach took courage. That's integrity. Second one is innovation. Adapting when old methods stop working. LinkedIn Learning reports that 94% of employees say they would stay longer at companies that invest in learning. That tells us that innovation in training isn't just helpful, it's expected. Experimenting with new tools or formats can be a strategic advantage. Active listening. Understanding the real issue. I once joined a project focused on improving product knowledge for sales team. But after listening carefully, it became clear their main challenge was handling objections. Because we listened, we were able to redesign the training to meet the actual need. Empathy, designing for your learner's context. Effective learning isn't created in isolation. It's grounded in an understanding of your learner's reality, whether that's limited time, high-pressure environments, or access to resources. Empathy allows us to create solutions that are not only relevant, but practical. Confidence, recommending what's truly needed. Sometimes leadership means saying, "I don't think training is the solution here." Offering that kind of insight, especially when it goes against expectations, takes confidence. But it also builds trust. Vision, identifying future potential. Leaders in L&D see patterns and opportunities others may not. This might mean recognizing how a new platform could streamline onboarding or how microlearning could improve retention. Vision allows you to connect the dots early and guide others forward. Communication, making ideas clear and actionable. Whether you are presenting to stakeholders or explaining a concept to a team, communication is key. Clear messaging helps others engage with your ideas and builds alignment around your work. Decision making, prioritizing outcomes, not activity. According to Bersin by Deloitte, high-performing L&D teams focus on business impact rather than just metrics like course completion. Asking what changed because of this training leads to better decisions than asking, did they finish it? Problem solving, addressing root causes. When a learning solution isn't effective, leaders look beyond surface-level fixes. They investigate the root cause, collaborate with stakeholders, and take steps that lead to sustainable improvement. While all 9 behaviors matter, 2 stand out consistently in L&D: empathy and communication. Empathy ensures that we design for real people, not ideal conditions. I once worked with a company struggling with safety compliance. The issue? The training assumed perfect circumstances, but the work environment was far from it. Until we observed the real context, our solution didn't work. And communication? According to the American Management Association, poor communication, not poor design, is one of the leading causes of failed training initiatives. If we don't clearly explain why the training matters, engagement drops. So, how do you begin building these leadership skills? Leadership expert Herminia Ibarra calls it learning through small wins. You don't need a formal role, just opportunities to practice. Here are a few examples you can try this week. Offer to lead part of a team meeting. Speak to a learner before designing your next solution. Share a new idea during a project discussion. Or ask deeper questions when someone requests training. These small actions build confidence, clarity, and influence over time. To sum up, leadership in L&D is not limited to people in management roles. It's defined by how you think, communicate, and collaborate. And the good news? Every one of the behaviors we discussed today can be learned and strengthened over time. Which of these traits do you already practice? And which one are you planning to focus on next? Let me know in the comments. And if this helped you reflect on your role and impact, consider subscribing. I'll be sharing more videos on how to grow your influence and effectiveness in learning and development. Until next time.